blue. Blue, 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 blue. Also, with a Blue Bowie, thank you for making me laugh about N Knuckles. I bet it was an April Fool's Day thing that I need to go and fix. Yeah, you're probably right. But I'm fine with the N Knuckles. I just don't like other things that showed up. With that said, everybody, welcome on back to Kuso6rande, the bad video game tournament. We have 3 matches today. In general, Kuso embodies the bad, the weird, the side of video games that, you know, most people don't like to see. You know, it's fun to watch other people play these games, but playing them yourself can sometimes be either a challenge or just an absolutely unenjoyable experience. But a lot of people here actually enjoy these games, as we saw with the previous one. That was a lot of fun. Kerma7 had a lot of love for it. So let's go ahead and jump over to our reveal. Please welcome on in our GM for the second game. And I'm about 90% sure I got the right GM. Tempestrol. Tempestrol. Hello there.
Hello.
I did get the right person, yes. Yeah. Welcome to my life.
Well, am I a part of your life now? That's an awfully intimate greeting. Hello.
You sure are. Yeah, welcome on into my life. I was gonna say my wife, but no, that's not true. No.
You haven't. I neither want that nor do you have a wife, to the best of my knowledge.
Well, I could find one. Find one real quick. I probably have a waifu somewhere. Xena. Xena is my waifu.
Oh.
Everybody.
I mean, I need to watch that show still.
No, the game. The PS1 game.
Oh.
Come on.
Ah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great. Okay. Absolutely fantastic. I gotta say that I am completely messing up the setup stuff while I'm talking to you, but that's okay. We're gonna get it.
That's totally fine.
So, yeah. Who would your waifu be? Is it the character from this next game?
Oh, good lord, no. So, yeah, about that. I found this game at like 7:30 p.m. yesterday, and because I was looking for a game that was like Eastery, right?
Oh no, you did. Oh, that's the theme. It's April Fool's, but it's also Easter.
Yeah, so I literally went to Edge Emu and typed egg and looked up a long play of every single game that showed up to see what was the worst.
No.
That's what I did. I was gonna consider Wibble World Giddy, which I'm okay with naming because it's not suitable. It's too short. For its spectacularly poor taste in jokes and really unfortunate hitboxes. But we're not playing that. You're getting a far worse game.
Okay, what game?
We are getting Chuckie Egg II for Amiga.
I hate this box art. I hate it so much.
I hate it too. Isn't it awful?
It's bad. It is very bad. Very much not okay.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I hate it so much. I'm sorry, if I occasionally cough, it's not because I'm sick, it's because I opened my green bin in my kitchen and oh boy, my whole apartment has to air out, so every once in a while. Oof, the green, you don't have green bins?
I live in Utah, we don't know what the color green is.
That's fair. Yeah, so Feltemp tested this for me last night or this morning or whatever. Thank you so much, Feltemp. I'm so sorry for making well, you chose to play this, but like, thank you so much.
Honestly,
I'm so glad I get to give this out, but it's so bad.
Every once in a while, I'm like, you know, I want to make the players play it, but do I really want to make the GM suffer that much? But I've gotten past that, you know? If I'm going to make... The whole point of Kuso6rande is to make people suffer, right?
Oh, yeah.
So...
Well, and yeah, and this game is, you know what? I was sort of like feeling, you know, looking at my list, I have all these games that I think some people would consider only okay, or they're bad, but they're fun. And then there's this, and this is. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it is by far one of the most unfair and tedious games I've ever played. And I feel a little bad giving it out in round 1, but I don't really care.
Night. Who cares?
I found it last night, and I'm now noticing Sleepy Cap says the stream is amazing. I didn't think I'd be seeing a competition of Chuckie Egg II today. I'm so glad there's at least one person who knows what this is.
Oh no, that. Apparently, the first Chuckie Egg is a little bit better. Well, I'm not an Amiga person, but my understanding, based on the research I've done, is that Chuckie Egg 1 is a bit of a classic in the Amiga scene. Okay.
It's sort of puzzle platform, or not a puzzle platformer, but it's a sort of a single screen platformer with a whole bunch of levels. Compare it to other single screen platformers we've had on the show before, the Human Race, but better. That's probably a bad comparison, but
No, I like the Human Race. It works for me. I wonder, is there going to be flashing colors in this? Like, just looking at the title screen as I'm getting it set up, I feel like there might be, but yeah.
Not that I could find.
Okay, so probably not. Again, your mileage... your mileage? No. Sometimes players make a little bit more progress than expected, so, you never know when it comes to Kuso6rande. I try to give a warning whenever we do for sure know that there's going to be some flashing. But, yeah, as far as we can tell with this one, it's not going to be a concern. Older platforms I always worry about a little bit more. You're not Tristan, though, so... the odds of having random flashing that we forgot about are much lower.
I mean, the first game I showed off on Don't Make Us Bored had flashing that I forgot to warn you about, so, it's not unjustified. But as far as I could tell, which I didn't get super far in this game, but I have no reason to believe that there's flashing lights anywhere else in the game.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, yeah. I'm almost done capturing for today, and then we'll be able to get the stream up and looking great for everybody here. So yeah, Kuso6rande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. We have a lot of volunteers who are helping out. Thank you so much to all involved, including our moderators in chat, our various game masters. We have a lot this year, and frankly, I love some of these new games that we have seen showing up. Thank you as well to our social media presence over with Daydream Glitterbug. I better be saying the right person. Crazy Sunshine. Oh my freaking crap. Why? Why do I think it's Daydream Glitterbug?
It's Crazy Sunshine.
I know. I'm supposed to know this. Crazy Sunshine, you need to punch me, like, softly.
Those usernames have a similar energy to them.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it's good energy.
They got the same energy to them, They evoke the same sort of connotative.
Yeah, daydreams and sunshine. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's because Daydream changed their username on Twitch and it just threw me off. Can I blame that? I'm blaming you.
Yep. Well, that's not me.
Well, here we go. Here are the 4 streams. We've got Nikral, more spiders than I expected, Dylan EA, and Jumi Wanderer. All 4 of them are going to be trying to race through this game and see who can make the most progress in 1 hour. As a reminder for people, especially those who are watching who have never seen before, they've got an hour. And it's fine if they get game over. If they go back to the beginning of the game, they still set a high watermark, and essentially somebody has to pass that mark in order to move into a higher position. Oh, geez. Ooh, I do not like that some of the sound is one ear only.
It's an Amiga game.
Well, I know...
They do have binaural music. Stereo, I think the word people use is... I can English good today.
Yeah, I would agree with chat that maybe they could have chosen a different font because that does
What,
not
you don't-
look like
you don't
pick
like-
and choose.
You don't like dick and shoes?
Nope.
I really like
Well,
that.
I mean-
I was like, what? Oh, I see. It's a P.
I mean, not until I'm fully vaccinated. Okay.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, let me go
Same.
ahead and get this countdown started.
That's a move.
Everybody, if you have egg emotes, the bar will count down. Best of luck to the players. Spam all of your eggs.
Spam eggs, spam chickens, spam farmers or farm-related things. Whatever you do, do not spam. What's the thing we don't want people to spam? Bubsy.
Well, always Bubsy. Never spam Bubsy. Yeah. Okay. I assume that we are going now. Beware of the dog. Yeah. Another important message for people who have never seen. Amiga is dumb to capture, so I will be recapturing. This always happens.
4 deaths instantly. So this is... your timer is not going.
I know. It's going now. It's going to be like 5 or 10 seconds off. We'll live. Welcome to my life. Like, I'm sorry. I thought, oh, it's Amiga. I have to recapture. And then, oh, yeah, I didn't even start the timer. Can we just blame the vaccine? Let's blame everything on science. I'm blaming science, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, what is going on in this game? Tell me a little bit about this.
God, loathing, fear and loathing is what's going on in this game.
Okay.
And, oh, thank God the grab controls are working the way that I thought they would. So the controls for this game are you walk, and then if you're using a controller, the bottom button, cross in my case, because I use a PlayStation controller, is jump, and L2 is pick up. And that's just because that's how the joystick binding came out. I don't know how to change it for Amiga. Amiga's sort of weird.
Yeah, just a bit.
But it's, you know, the controls are very normal. What you have to do, okay, so the actual goal of this game is to assemble 8 like Easter eggs. And you know this game is not American because it has they have toys inside of them. So this can only be a British or Canadian game. That's illegal in America.
No, you can have toys inside some of the eggs. That's fine.
What? Oh, was that law changed? Because my understanding was that you couldn't make something like Kinder Surprise in...
Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about, like, in stores and such. I meant, like
toys inside of food objects.
Private citizens are allowed to put toys inside of food objects, just not companies. Yeah, I will fight for the right to put toys inside people's food.
I mean, it's really not. Well, and that's the thing, is it's like sold as this danger, but it actually isn't. But anyways, unless somebody knows about statistics about people choking and as a result of Kinder Surprises, I doubt it.
Then again, I'm just trying to think back to when I was a kid. If I were a kid, would I try to eat the prize inside of something? And the answer is probably.
Fair.
I was a very dumb kid, okay? We've heard some of my stories. Then
That's
again,
fair.
we had prizes in Cracker Jack boxes, and I never ate them. I would have probably at least had enough of a brain to know that, hey, if there is a piece of plastic in your food, you only eat the food, not the plastic.
What did I do? Oh, I didn't put a slash there.
Then again, I'm trying to remember, did I eat... I think I ate some coins when I was a kid. Never mind. Well, yeah. Yeah, we definitely need the... Like... If you buy your kids something that has a toy inside of it, just warn them, okay? Maybe use your brain, and don't blame companies for you being dumb. Yeah, there we go. It's really not that hard to help, like, children know that they shouldn't eat plastic.
Children aren't that dumb. They can read.
Yeah,
well,
or like put an age limit. You could put an age limit on the candy and say, hey, if you're not at least like 5 years old, you're not in school yet, don't eat, you know, you aren't allowed to have this. My gosh. So here's the deal. We're an egg trying to make more eggs.
Right. So I was, yeah, I guess I got you started on food and toys. So okay, let me read the description of what you're supposed to do from this Japanese review, or a review on a Japanese website, written in English, because I really struggled to understand what the goal was, and so the goal for this is score. This is a score match.
Okay.
Because the actual goal is so absolutely nonsensically difficult, and it would take forever. I doubt we will even see one person get to one of the sub goals before an hour.
Wait,
this game is
the first
asinely
sub-goal?
difficult. Yeah. So okay, what you have to do is make 8 chocolate eggs, and you have to assemble a toy and put it into each one of the eggs.
Okay.
To assemble one egg, you must go around. I can post the map of the area too if you want. You must
These
travel
green
around.
bubbles, I love them. There we go.
This entire massive area, which is, what is it? It's 12. I think it's 12 by 12 screens.
Okay.
In this giant labyrinth to get cocoa, milk, and eggs. I think.
Okay.
I can remember what all the items are. Oh, sugar, milk, and cocoa. You have to get 8 sugar in the sugar area. Each zone has its own resource. So you need to get 8 sugar and place it into the sugar hopper. You need to get 8 cocoa and put it into the cocoa hopper. You need to get 8 milk and put all 8 milk into the milk hopper.
Do you have to go back per item?
Yes. Yeah, because you can only carry one thing at once. You'll notice that at the top of the screen it says carrying.
Yeah.
And so you can only carry one item at a time, to the best of my knowledge. I never found any items except for the bone, because
even the Dizzy games you can carry more than one item. Come on.
Yeah. Well, and so here's the thing though. Once you've done those 3 tasks,
okay,
you haven't created an egg yet, because you have to finish the toy first. So you actually have to also go and find 8 toy parts in the toy room, put those into the toy maker, which is in the same area.
Okay.
Then the toy is completed, but you can't pick it up. You need to go all the way down to the bottom of the map into the caverns to turn on the generator. Then there's a moving floor and an elevator that start to move. There's a train that starts to move that goes across horizontally across the middle of the map. And the completed toy starts to sort of move around and you can pick it up. Then you go pick up the toy, you place it into a slot, place toy here in the toy maker, or in the egg maker. And once the toy has been placed in the right place, and all of the ingredients have been put into the correct hoppers, then an egg is created. Then you pick up the egg and you carry it to the truck in the logistics center, which is actually not not the truck that you enter. It's in a different area. That is how you complete 1 out of 8 reps. 1.
Do you have to go back and get all the sugar and chocolate and everything for the next egg? Is it in a different area?
No.
Wait, so you go through the same areas 8 times?
Well, yeah, it's an Amiga game. What do you expect? Good things?
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah. My understanding is that, yes, I haven't verified this for sure, but I'm almost confident that, yeah, that's the case. And also, you may notice that you have only 5 lives and you die instantly from touching anything that could be perceived as dangerous, or maybe even not perceived as dangerous. And falling from heights, as we just saw on Nikral's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this game is it resembles a game. That is precisely the problem, is that this isn't really a game so much as an object of code that resembles the game. And this game is super, super unfair. Fortunately, these participants are doing a better job than I was. I think all of them, basically. So that's good.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, the goal is so obtuse and just ridiculous that I said, don't ignore what it says on the instruction screen if you visit that. Just don't even worry, just get score. And I explicitly told them, getting game objectives, like if they pick up like milk or something, I don't care. If it gives them score, great, I'll count the score. I don't care about anything else. So just because it's really easy to get score, or well, it's hard to get score, but it's it's easy to track that. And this game is massively non-linear. There's no way we'd be able to track this normally.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Oh my gosh. This is definitely a special video game that we are watching. Chuckie Egg II on the Amiga. I've never seen this game before. I'm not really a fan of games where you're an egg, and I have a hard time saying why. I don't know, I just don't want to play as an egg.
I think you'll probably like the next one if you haven't seen it yet. The next game that's coming up is pretty interesting.
I wonder who's giving it out.
Shut up. I didn't say anything. The next game that's coming out is also features an egg and is really interesting. But I agree, in general, I think egg games tend to be terrible.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my gosh. Apparently there was a port of this game on the ZX Spectrum as well. Which I'm not sure if it would be better or worse. What's strange about a lot of games is that even if they look better, they could play worse. Definitely could be true when it comes to the ZX Spectrum that the worst looking game is better, but I have no idea. It was also on Commodore 64. So yeah, you had a few, if you needed your eggs in your life, you had multiple options here. By the way, the description on the box says, this excellent game is guaranteed to be salmonella-free on your machines. It will give hours of entertainment, and no matter how many times you unwrap the cassette and sample the goodies, it will neither make you fat nor rot your teeth.
You shouldn't eat cassettes.
Don't eat your cassette, yeah. Our intrepid hero, Henhouse Henry of Chuckie Egg fame, had been called in to help a chocolate egg manufacturer sort out his automated factory, which has gone haywire. Oh, Harry, using all the skills he acquired in the henhouse, must get the wheels of industry moving. Not only does Harry have to collect the ingredients to mix the eggs, but he will also have to collect the parts for the toys that go inside the eggs. As if all these problems were not enough, there are a number of other items that Harry will need to find and use to be able to complete the task. Things like ladders, bits of girders, keys, and many more. Chuckie Egg II contains 120 screens, plenty of surprises, and is a true arcade/adventure game. You don't just find things, you actually move them and use them. I love it. You don't just find it, you use things. What a selling point. Do you imagine, Can you imagine if a game came out today with that as a selling point? Everybody would mock it.
I mean, I would mock this game for existing.
I mean,
but yeah.
Oh, existing? Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was on purpose.
Good job.
No,
yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh.
When did this game came out? Anyways, when did this game come out also?
It looks like it came out my birth year, 1985. So yeah,
when did King's Quest come out?
I don't know.
Sooner, before that.
Yeah, probably.
2015. No Wikipedia. 1980.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that Wizard and the Princess came out in 1980. When did the first? 1984. Okay, so yeah, maybe using items was a novel concept, but probably it actually wasn't. What do you mean, advertisement? It's sort of nonsense.
I do like looking at more information about this game. A&F Software. Yeah, it's Software AF. They took it from the initials of the founders, Doug Anderson and Mike Fitzgerald. They made other games like Pharaoh's Tomb, which sounds very familiar. It feels like we might have had... Nope. That was specifically a first-person Pharaoh excavation type game. They also made Chuckie Egg, a game called Kamikaze, Jungle Fever, Painter, and Cylon Attack. That sounds like a Battlestar Galactica type of game there. Yep. And Yeah, guess what? It was not licensed, but they still made it.
Silent Attack for BBC Micro. Oh, hey. But it's my uncle has an Acorn Atom that
really?
he had from as a kid. Yeah, that he has as a kid. And I've been meaning to fix it up with him. He was suggesting he might give it to me because I actually want to like learn assembler for it and like try and write something.
That would be fun.
But it's unfortunately nowhere near as powerful as the BBC Micro.
Well, everybody,
Still.
Jumi at the bottom right is currently working on getting through this sort of platformy ladder section and is doing a good job. It's better to be patient than to just die recklessly. And since there's fall damage because you're an egg, it's kind of understandable that you would want to go a little bit slower. Nickroll, though, has a really good score, definitely right after Jumi here on the stream, yeah. And remember, we are judging this based off of who gets the high score. That is what matters. Make sure that you keep your eyes on that from time to time so that, you know, like, oh, I know who's winning now because Prosentia doesn't pay attention to anything.
Well, there's some interesting ways that they can get score. So they get 100 points for walking into a new room. At least at the start, they get I think 1,000 points for walking into some rooms after that. So if they ever come to a crossroads, they can get free points just by walking into one room and ducking out and going into the next room. I don't know if they've noticed this though.
I don't know if they have.
That was something I noticed like an hour ago. What else? Oh yeah, okay. So Jumi just discovered the worst room in the game. That I found, at least. I'm sure there's plenty of worse, but you have to jump immediately. You can't walk at all, and it's really hard to jump. So when you jump in this game, you either do a static jump straight up, or you jump in a fixed arc to the left or right. And that's not the worst thing in the world because the controls are pretty tight. Even the arc is quite low. You'll see they barely clear these lizard things.
Yeah, that's a little concerning.
But the problem is that if you want to jump to the side, you do have to start walking first to the side first. You can't jump and then change your jump arc. And you'll also notice that like if you want to climb up on a ladder or a rope, you have to be like very intentional about being in the center. If you're not exactly in the center, it doesn't count.
Yeah, you have to be exactly in the center, everybody. Yeah, you said it. You said it. I'm just quoting. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm trying to think. Does this game... It almost looks like if you hold the jump button, you jump repeatedly.
Yes. Yeah. So this game buffers your inputs.
Or is it up to jump?
Or it doesn't buffer. No, there's a jump button, actually. Up is only for climbing on ladders and ropes.
That's nice. Okay.
Yeah. And it has fully rebindable controls, something which you need to do if you are going to use keyboard. It just, like, I can't figure out what left and right are. I know that space is jump by default. I set mine to Z and X, but, like, I don't know what left and right are by default. It literally doesn't work for me unless I rebind my controls.
I love it. Honestly, you know, if I knew that holding jump would cause me to like just keep jumping over and over, what I would probably do is find a way to use that in some rooms to get things timed.
Because, like as a setup.
Yeah, as a setup. It's a common thing that speedrunners do in order to make areas more consistent. And you can do a few setups like that in a blind race. It would definitely be on my list of things to consider for this game.
100%. And actually, that's a technique that a lot of people can learn from. That's something I do very frequently when I race blind games. Is I'll go, this jump always goes a fixed distance, or this attack moves me in a very specific way. I bet if I can do a fixed number of these to make positioning something easier, then I can do that. You know, it helps a lot. And also, there's fall damage. Oh man, I can't. The fall damage is like the worst sin of this game, probably. Everything is like equally bad. It feels like. I don't know.
How do you deal with this slide?
You just walk up it. I don't know what he's doing. Just jumping. You just walk.
You just walk.
Yep.
Well,
I
okay.
think-
Thank you, Egg Game.
You can, yeah. Oh, here's another thing. You can't jump off the ladder, or you can't drop off the ladder. You have to jump. You have to jump up and fall down, which is fine.
Yeah.
You can survive that, right? But you can't just like
What
hold down and go.
killed Necro? What was that?
Oh, I hate this game so much.
What was it? What even killed
I
him?
don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like a little egg in a cup.
Well,
It's-
you
it's
don't want to be
something like
the
that.
egg in a cup. I've
I
seen
don't,
those
I don't
on
want to
movies.
be an egg in general.
Okay,
It's
good point. I don't want to be an egg.
Oh,
Seriously.
I'm so glad. This is cathartic.
Oh my gosh. I just remembered. Back when I was a teen, a Mormon teen, we put on plays and stuff, and I got to be Humpty Dumpty one time.
Humpty Dumpty, the Christian figure.
Well, okay, like, it was supposed to be a comedic show that had some sort of religious message and a musical, and I can't remember anything that I did, but I was Humpty Dumpty, and yeah, I didn't survive.
I was a sheep in my church's Christmas play as a kid, like a really little kid.
I got to be in a, what are they called? A nativity scene. I sat there for like 2 hours doing nothing. It was fun.
Yep.
It's a blast.
I bet.
Oh yeah,
Sounds
my sister
rad.
is here saying it was a road show. She was, wasn't she
road
Little
show?
Miss Muffet?
Isn't a road show about Christian figure, like Christian figures, an antique road show?
No. It was basically you'd go around to the various churches in town and just perform your little like 5-minute musical that you put together, and it was like it was a lot of fun. I'd say that probably out of all those, all the messages were pretty dang wholesome, and a lot of really strong cultural in-jokes that people who didn't live in Vernal, Utah, one of the most rural places, if you didn't live there, you wouldn't understand.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
There was a whole performance by one group that was about, like, I think sinkholes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
did your city have a lot of sinkholes?
I can't remember. I don't recall. But
Wait,
that
you live in
one-
Utah, isn't it? Why would... I can't imagine Utah would get a lot of sinkholes.
I mean, I do remember
Unless
that there
I'm
was like a
really
canyon
wrong
that
about
was
that.
formed in Utah in about the period of a week because
Holy cow.
yeah, it was a fast created canyon, like absolutely unbelievable.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow. Holy shoot. Whoops. That's kind of insane. I mean, my city had we had 2 sinkholes in the span of about a year, but the land under Ottawa is not particularly great, so I don't think anyone was that surprised. It happens every once in a while in my city.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what, like, I was trying to look this up a week or 2 ago, but I couldn't find that canyon. But I did go hike and see it, and yeah, it was shocking how much got removed and how quickly it was created. You like geologic timescales, you can get things created over tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. Having it in a week is not usual.
No, that is quite strange.
Yeah. So I'll have to find that sometime. I really want to find out what canyon that was, because I don't know. It was so long ago. I could also be having like a fever dream right now. I did get my second vaccine shot, Tempestrel.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Most people haven't even gotten one in Ontario.
Yeah.
That's a lot about how Canada's doing things when Utah has their vaccines faster than we have.
We were actually ahead of most of the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear. I remember you saying early on that you weren't hopeful, but
we were like behind everyone, and then for some reason, bam, just everybody had vaccines. It was great.
That's awesome.
I loved it.
I've been hearing from a lot of my American friends that they've been getting their shots, and I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna have to see how I feel tomorrow. We have Kuso6rande tomorrow, but if I feel like an absolute pile of Kuso6rande, then you know I might not do too much commentary. You know, we'll have to see. I hear that after the second shot, it's a little bit worse.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is that I believe we're required here in the States to vaccinate our eggs.
Yeah, that's been industry practice for a while.
Yeah, not everybody, or not everywhere in the world. I believe Japan doesn't vaccinate their eggs, and it's and they're fine. They eat eggs, fine. It's just what we do here. I don't know. Like, there are a lot of strange regulations that have to deal with consumer products, like milk here in the U.S. There's a huge raw milk movement, which I don't know. I don't drink milk anyway, but
that just means unpasteurized, right?
Unpasteurized, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like even locally in town, there are people who, you know, are in the raw milk fight, trying to make it so that they can sell their raw milk, which, great. I think that if you want to sell it and people want to buy it, and it's marketed for what it is, then go for it.
Yeah, like, I feel like people should really make it abundantly clear that what they're consuming is unpasteurized. There's nothing inherently wrong with wanting to consume unpasteurized milk. There are plenty of places in the world where unpasteurized eggs are normal.
Yeah, the biggest problem with the U.S. was when it became industrialized, and we're like, hey, here are 1,000 cows. Let's put all of their milk together. And guess what? It's really bad now. And it's old and bad, and people are dying, so we're requiring pasteurization because of the industrial process.
Exactly.
I am
like,
completely
it's
fine. Like, if you get milk from one cow, maybe two cows, I don't know, a very small number of cows, then it's probably going to be completely okay. And some people argue healthier, but I don't care. I don't drink milk.
Yeah, it's just eating and cooling the milk to kill off bacteria. It's literally all it is getting it hot. And like, if you live on a farm, you can probably get fresh milk.
Yep.
Go ahead and drink it. It's probably fine. You know, provided your cow is healthy, it's probably all good. I am not an expert on that, so don't quote me. But you know, I would be wary of unpasteurized milk that has been sitting in a store for a couple of days. You know, refrigerated and everything. Still, I would be, you know, a little more concerned about that because it's been a few days and it hasn't been pasteurized.
Yeah, I feel like if you know how milk is produced, you know, simply put, farm work is dirty work, and if you're okay with all of that, then go for it. I'm gonna go ahead and say, you know, it's your prerogative, and frankly, you know, it's honestly been relatively healthy. That's how people had milk for, what, good century or two?
Probably longer than that even,
yeah. Century 2, 3, 4. You're probably gonna be fine. But yeah, just...
Isn't that a song? Your prerogative? Or it's my prerogative?
It's a word.
That's a song, isn't it?
That's a word. You know what a prerogative is?
No, is it... By Britney, is it?
Oh my gosh, Necrawl is at a
Britney
kind
Spears.
of
Yeah,
stupid area
Oops.
here. Wait, it's Britney Spears? Oh,
yeah,
Britney, I love you. Your prerogative is killing me. Yeah, I think jumping to the left and bouncing off the wall is the way to do it. And there we go.
That's
Necrawl
a really smart...
got it.
That's actually a really smart strategy. So I wasn't sure
that.
if this was ever going to be relevant. But did you see the resources I linked in the Discord?
Nope.
Here's a website by insane people. So there is a website, bagshotrow.org, that I'm convinced was made by just... This is made by... It's called the Chuckie Egg Professionals Resource Kit. Because... And this... You can tell this website was made a long time ago. And hasn't been updated stylistically for that amount of time. It has a whole bunch of movement techniques, and one of them is deliberately bouncing off a wall. And I thought, there's no way that's going to be relevant. I guess we just found out that it was.
Okay,
That's pretty cool.
Where did you... Can you send me the link? I don't see it pinned anywhere or anything.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pin it. Here, one sec, I'll find you.
Capital coming out here with all the swears. That one's barely a swear, it's fine.
Wait, what? What did I say?
I'm not saying it.
I've been really...
It was a swear. I'm not gonna say it.
Well, I've been like really careful to be clean. I swear like a sailor on my own stream. I've been really careful to...
I actually don't know if you did.
Can I also point out something that Nickerl has figured out, which is that if you drop the bone and pick it back up again, and then you die, watch where the bone respawns when Nickerl gets back to that screen.
Okay.
Bam, it's on the second platform.
That's actually a very good strat.
Whoa, and the red lizard bounced off of it. Cool, I didn't know that happened.
You can use it to trap the enemies.
That's actually really cool. That's a new thing that I learned. I felt really clever with the first one, and then I learned something.
By the way, more spiders than I expected is making a good amount of progress here as well. Look, 4,883 points. I believe that we've seen higher scores on other screens, but I'm really not completely sure. Like,
I should have been paying attention.
Welcome to Kuso6rande. We have a lot of stuff.
Oh, jumping straight into I was like, don't jump, no, don't jump right, and then bounced straight into the elephant.
Wait, but this is for Chuckie Egg I.
It has Chuckie Egg II stuff later, further down,
okay,
and the movement mechanics are largely the same, I think.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh, these maps are huge.
Right?
Holy.
They're colossal, and so they have several Chuckie Egg II maps for different versions. They don't have the Amiga one, but they're all the same as far as I can tell, structurally.
Yeah. Also, I see that there is a motorcycle in the game. Literally the only thing that I see that has a number on it, and guess what number, what two-digit number they put on the motorcycle?
69.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. Thank you, British people, for making an egg game kinky in some way. I don't know. Bill and Ted would like to play this game. I bet
it is excellent.
No.
Excellent.
No. Don't make that. No. Refuse.
God,
I disagree with what you did.
I love that movie so much. It's so like kind of bad, but it's so like, I don't know. It almost feels like it was kitschy at the time it released, you know? It has so much just goofiness in it. I love it so much.
Honestly, for 1985, this is a very solid game.
There's a lot of things this game does well.
The game moves smoothly. Like, this is Amiga, okay? And we have seen many very kind of broken Amiga games. Yeah, we've seen stuff that is more sophisticated, but honestly, the frame rate's great. I haven't seen any lag at all. It's got more of ZX Spectrum style of enemies, which honestly was very typical for the UK. I'd say that this is Oh, yeah?
This was a ZX Spectrum game.
Yeah, considering it was on the ZX Spectrum, completely makes sense that they would carry those mechanics over. Honestly, I have to say that this is more egg-based and hard than necessarily bad per se. Maybe it hasn't aged very well because it is way overly brutal. Overly brutal.
Yeah, and so I mean I would say it's bad, but not for reasons of it's entirely for reasons of game design, right? There's the objectives are really obtuse and difficult to do. The jump is not really sufficient. It's only barely sufficient.
Yeah.
The level variety is actually decent, but it's just way too difficult, you know? So it has the sort of Castlevania 3 problem where it's like, yeah, this is a great game, but it's really hard and I don't want to play it.
Yeah,
I probably upset some people by saying that, but like, let's be honest. Castlevania 3 is unnecessarily difficult.
I haven't
great
played
game,
Castlevania
but it's
3.
But this is worse than that. Like Castlevania 3 is still a better game. Like, it's not Kusoge, you know.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what given that this is a points match, can I give you a hint as to how? Well, actually, why don't you guess? What is the highest recorded score that this website features?
Ooh, highest recorded score.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess 30,000, somewhere around 30,000.
You are in the wrong order of magnitude by several orders of magnitude.
Wait, so like 3 million?
20,941,800.
Okay, that's illegal.
This came from the Zap 64, issue 30, October 1987, Zap Tips, page 59. Miss Barron, Bushney Heath. Is that supposed to be Bushy Heath? Hertfordshire.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. Maybe there is a Bushney Heath also. Has achieved a score of 20,941,800 and has decided to share her profound knowledge of the game's workings. Twin Galaxies, they actually do reference Twin Galaxies as the highest authority of video game and pinball records keeping, because it was at the time. But they have recorded their own. Let's say, she's decided to share her profound knowledge of the game's workings. Before any items are collected, make sure the generator is on and working. When the generator is ticking over, the train moves along, allowing ... Harry to go above the railway line. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's Hertfordshire? Hertfordshire. I said Hertfordshire, didn't I? Yeah,
I'm looking at Twin Galaxies, and they don't really have any, like, score
British right now
from what I can see.
Sorry, Paisu.
They do have some people who have 100% completed the game before on Twin Galaxies, so good for them. No high scores, though. Which, honestly, I think is for the best.
There's also a great line in here. If Harry can't go above the line and is forced left as he enters Beware of the Chocolate Monster screen, your tape has a bug and no further progress can be made. Ms. Barron spent a year complaining loudly to A&F, the developers of the game, who finally sent her a new copy. Continue if you're lucky enough to be able to.
So I'm seeing that the Amiga version of this game was actually released 4 years after the ZX Spectrum, so they had 4 years to work out any of the weird stuff. Pete Waterfield was the person who developed it.
But there are, in fact, game-breaking bugs in the Amiga version. I don't really care too much as a GM, because there's no way, like where they're located, there's literally no possible way our competitors will get there. The main character's name is Harry. I don't know what Chucky is all about, to be totally honest with you.
I'm worried if your egg is Harry, you should probably go get your egg somewhere else.
Oh, no.
My opinion.
Miss Hassenpfeifer? Is there like a German innuendo in that name? Who did we say that name?
Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire. Yeah. Ms. Barron. They didn't patch the game. There was something wrong with the cassette, I think. The other link that I sent you, actually, there are a couple of remarks on the some bugs. Yeah. Chuckie Egg II, evil spirits that live in Amiga versions map. The evil spirit of the terrain, apparently in the milk area. There is a thing where...
I hate that there's a milk area. Okay, can I just say that? Dislike.
Big dislike for me, too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not innuendo. Good. I mean, I was also joking, but... So milk area, there's a broken ladder, which I don't think is game breaking, but it's sort of weird. Right after the milk area, there is a location where, oh, interesting. There's a ramp, kind of like the green ramp that was just on Jimmy Wander's screen, but it's broken in a way that it appears to be a bug, and it might prevent progress, or at least it makes progress very difficult. There is a vacuum cleaner in one area, which is apparently very hard to get around. That didn't behave the way it did in the original. And then because the width of the player character in this version of the game is wider than the character in the older games, in the earlier versions of the game, it makes it tough to fall through certain platforms to get to like the bottom of one of those screens. But these are very deep into the maze, and there's no way they'll get that far.
Yeah, I'd say that another thing about this game, from what I'm seeing, is that compared to the earlier version on the ZX Spectrum and such, the jump is not as high, making it much more difficult to actually go over enemies and such. So downgraded jump from the original release.
Although one thing that is an upgrade from the original release is the speed. When I initially looked at this game, I was like, it's so slow. It's like comically slow. Like, remember Snoopy? Or sorry, Johnny. Remember Johnny?
I remember Johnny.
Imagine like 2 or 3 speed on that. Like, it's slow. But with I just, out of curiosity, I went, oh well, maybe it's on Amiga. I wonder if it's the same on that, and fortunately it was faster.
Yeah, thank goodness. I do like that chat is bringing up that there are no entries on speedrun.com. I will say that no, it's not a free world record, and anybody advertising that is absolutely evil. But if you want to get Blood, Sweat, and Tears world record, go for it.
My God, no, this world record, it would be torturous to get. Are you kidding me? Even getting 1 egg. Oh, I think more better than I expected.
All you have to do is complete the game. You're fine. And people have done that. People have 100%ed this game over at Twin Galaxies. As far as I could, I don't know if there are any videos, but just do it. You don't even have to be faster than them. Just do it, and then bam, you win. First place. Nobody's gonna create video evidence to beat you.
Well, I mean, there is a long play.
Well,
they can.
Just be
the long play is like 6 hours long. And it also stops at egg 4.
But why it only? Oh no!
Why would you continue to play the rest of the game?
Yeah, good point. The hand got you.
So I think More Spiders Than I Expected has gotten the most points so far. I could be wrong on that, but I saw them die at roughly 7,200. So
yeah,
I don't know if Kate's in chat actually and is looking. I hope so.
I know that Kate is feeling a little bit is a little bit out of it. I believe.
Totally understandable. Kate also got the shot recently, right? So
everybody's getting a shot around here.
Wow, that's not good.
So here's my bet. The other area of this game, you see where the rat is at the bottom on Necrol's screen? My bet is that you have to come from that side in order to get some of the items in this room, rather than what Necrol is trying to do here.
Yeah, because that jump, it might look like a small jump, but yeah, death.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving, and simply put, if it's Amiga, it's probably trying to lie to you in some way. That's my assumption anyway. Let me see. Let me take a look at this stupid giant map and see if it is connected.
It is. The Sakura NJP link that I sent you has a map listing all the connections between the areas, if that helps.
I see that, and it looks like you have to go through. I don't know what this picture is. It almost looks like an ice area or mountain area.
Oh, that's the milk. The one that sort of has like the.
Oh, that's milk. Okay.
The icy milk area, or the ice.
Yeah. Like,
ice cream.
You're probably right. It's probably milk, and I don't like it. So yeah, honestly, if you're going for a high score, and you die falling onto a hammer and get points, then great. Go ahead and just embrace those points. You know. it's not a bad idea to just have one big hurrah and try to get a new high score.
Absolutely. And it's great too because what's great is that you can sort of be ballsy if you want to and go for scores that are gonna result in the loss of one egg because you carry over score between lives.
Yeah.
Jeff, welcome. You'll be pleased to hear that this game has pixel perfect sprite mapping, and by God, are the developers of this game ever going to use that Amiga hardware feature?
What do you mean pixel perfect sprite mapping? Like,
so not sprite mapping. Sorry, collision detection is what I meant to say. The Amiga can do pixel perfect collision detection.
Well, that was a mistake.
It's a great feature on some games. Leander does it to great effect, and the developer of that game actually got it to work on the Sega Genesis too.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What's his name? John Burton from Traveler's Tales. He has a video about it on YouTube. And like Leander, by all accounts, is actually one of the few Amiga games that's worth playing.
There are a lot of good Amiga games. Excuse me.
Well, you know how I was thinking, it's funny. You know how you said earlier that a lot of Amiga games lie to you? I think the number one way most Amiga games lie to you is they lie about being good.
Wow. Well,
am I wrong? Pfizer's getting mad at me again. I did a bad British accent, and now I'm slandering the Amiga. I'm banning Demonstral.
You are kind of no, seriously, there are a lot of really cool games for the Amiga. It was I'd say that out of all of the different computer systems of that time, that was possibly the most ahead when it came to technology and the type of games that were coming out. Like there are some very cool games. Have I played any of them? No.
Is that totally fair?
Can I name any of them? No.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was talking to my dad about this. I was like, man, you know, when Windows 95 came out and everyone got to watch, what was it, Buddy Holly? The Buddy Holly music video on their computer. And it was like, wow, multimedia is here. It's kind of funny because like multimedia computers had been a thing for a bit. Like you had Amiga and you had Macintosh and all these other systems that were doing multimedia. And I feel like it really defines a lot of the Amiga from an outsider's perspective. When I think of the Amiga, I think about like multimedia and all of its forms, you know, scaling and resizing like images as sprites for your game, right? And you know, like proper like sound that doesn't sound like it came out of a computer, like
this game sounds really good. Compare that to like any computer that ran Windows up until Windows 95. Or even then, most of the games, you know, used MIDI, if anything at all. Yeah. And this has sound effects and music at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in the 80s.
But only in one ear. Only in one ear.
I've got one... Like, I've got the main tune in my left ear and the bass in my right ear. So it's using both. It's just, you know...
This game does the best implementation of stereo that I've heard on the Amiga. And then it does a better job than most games. A lot of games have music in one ear and sound effects in the other, and that's it. Well, remember
that to mono, baby.
Remember the game Dana gave us last week or 2 weeks ago?
No, I tried to forget.
I am too. I liked Stage 2 in that game. Everyone else hated it.
What game was it?
What's it called?
Oh, was it Kangaroo?
The Never-Ending Story 2.
Oh, Never-Ending Story 2. Okay.
It had that whole flying section in level 2. I thought it was radical. Everyone else was like, I'm getting sick. I liked it a lot, though.
I don't think I ever saw that section. We didn't get that far.
No, you didn't, sadly.
Sorry, you're talking about stuff. You're like, do you remember this thing that you literally never saw during the stream? And I'm like, no, I don't remember that.
I'm becoming macaw. This isn't good.
Tempestral, don't do it.
Well, this game's pretty good, but it's not like Shadow of the Beast on Amiga. Have you ever played Shadow of the Beast on Amiga? This game's awesome.
No.
Sorry.
Nope.
Oh man, I can't. I got ADHD meds back on again, and I don't know if they're helping.
Same.
Oh my god, I feel like it's acting up even more than usual today.
That's pretty funny.
Making fun of everyone.
I gotta get a refill when it comes to those meds, because I run out after tomorrow.
Oh boy.
I think my lady sent the refill thingy though, so I should be able to get them. And if not, then this weekend will be fun. Absolutely fun. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
I've been off them for a couple of months now because I was starting to like get used to them. So I was like, oh, I'll take a break, and then I sort of forgot to get them refilled.
Oh no. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was fine for a bit, but oh boy, I need them.
Yeah, so do I. I don't know. It's kind of entertaining how much of a difference is. Like, it's hard to notice that there's a difference while you have them, and then when you don't have them, you're like, oh.
Oh yeah. Well, for me, it's like, you ever just have a moment where you're like, oh, I'm like super, like everything is like super clear, and I'm like super aware, like very present and in the moment. Every once in a while, that'll happen to me, and I just sort of go like, oh, I can like just concentrate really well. I don't know, just sort of the inspiration hits me. Taking like Concerta or whatever. Generic not Concerta stuff I take is like, it's like that all the time. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a whole lot easier to just be like, okay, gonna try to forget about everything else and just work on this one thing. And then you like getting sucked into something is something that, you know, essentially I had stopped doing. But now it's possible again. Yay.
Yeah, I'm finding that like I can, you know, I still like really like focus very intensely on things, but I can choose at least now to break out of that if I want to, you know.
Oh yeah, choose to break out of it, and also it's a lot easier to get into that sort of I'm working on something state.
The only problem is that you have to eat.
Yeah, I've got other things that sort of counteract that a little bit. I'm trying to think. What was I going to say? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, the biggest problem that I have when it comes to that, though, is if somebody comes along and breaks my attention, which happens fairly often, you know. Welcome to life, welcome to living with other people. Occasionally, they might want to talk to you, but oh my gosh.
You're really trying to not call out Justin by name here, are you?
I mean, there are only two other people living here, and the other one, you know, about the interaction that I have with him every day is he grunts at me. So, yeah. So, yeah. But that's not really anybody's fault, you know. People are humans. They want to interact with you. They want to talk. They want to eat food, you know. So I just have to make sure that if I get into something that's going to, like, grab my attention, I want to know that I'm going to have a decent amount of time to actually do that.
Right.
Speaking about focusing on something, we've got just 7.5 minutes left on this game. Chuckie Egg II for the Amiga. Tell you what, whoever made this is my amigo or amiga. Yeah. I'd say so.
Watching it, I don't know what people's impression in chat has been of this game. I tell you, when I started playing this last night, I went, wow, this is horrible. I need to find a way to give this out. But watching people play it doesn't seem nearly as bad. Like, they're making this game look a lot more tolerable than it is. Try playing this game, and I assure you, you will not enjoy it.
Oh, come on.
It is
I have played a lot of games that I'm trying to think, like Monty on the Run, or other games of the era that were extremely brutal and precise. You know, I would say that this is not unusual for the time period.
That doesn't make it good, but you're right.
I would say that, yeah, level design, you know, if you're going to make something like that, be like VVVVVV and give them infinite lives, okay? Having 5 lives to get all of the tasks in this game done, that's kind of unforgivable.
Yeah, well, and like, you've seen how large the map is. I'll post an image of the map in chat. It's gigantic. Here's the Atari ST map. I'll post a link to this.
Somebody's saying that nobody has actually beaten Jet Set Willie. I do not believe that.
So just a reminder, to do this, you need to go into each one of these color-coded, fortunately very distinct areas, and get 8 times 3 resources. You need to turn on a generator all the way at the very bottom, and you need to place an egg in, or place a toy inside of that egg maker, or inside of the egg maker in the sort of center right of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to put the finished egg inside of the in the truck in the logistics area, which I don't know where it is actually, but it should be on the far right of the screen. But it's on the very far bottom left-hand side.
Okay, everybody pay attention to the scores, by the way, because scores, that is how we are keeping track of progress in this game.
I've been keeping track of scores.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want to know who's winning and who's losing, that's how you're going to do it. Apparently there's a dragon in this game. Of course there's a dragon. It's an Amiga game.
Bottom right corner, I just saw that now. The dragon on a Razor scooter.
Oh my gosh, I used to have a Razor scooter.
It's gonna spin it around and shatter your ankles.
Yeah, that's what happened. Well, okay, I never broke any bones. What's bad about the scooter that I had, though, is that pretty quickly the back wheel broke off, but I found that essentially, in order to put it back on, all you had to do was have a piece of metal that was essentially the same size as whatever bearing it was or whatever. So I grabbed a screwdriver and just shoved it in. And so I would roll around the university on my Razor scooter with a screwdriver holding the wheel in place. And yeah, it would occasionally fall out, you know.
You know what's even funnier to me about this story, Bracenta, is that I was like, oh, you did this as a kid, but you did this as a university student, which honestly, that's exactly the sort of thing I expect from a university student. That's great.
Exactly.
Or a professor.
I did not do that as an instructor, no.
Okay.
Although I could see myself doing that as an instructor. I don't know. I tend to not like put on a facade. I'm just who I am. Hey, welcome. It's me. I feel like crap today, so I'm just letting y'all know, but we're still having class and we're gonna get through it.
If it means anything good, I feel like you are the kind of person who would ride around campus on a scooter with a slightly broken axle and just be like, yeah, it's whatever. You don't do this?
Like, if somebody points it out, I'll be like, oh yeah, hey, this works pretty well.
Yeah.
Might need to put a little of that oil on the screwdriver so that it rotates better.
Did you have any like eccentric or otherwise sort of neat instructors or professors when you were in college?
I would say, like, not really. There was the one lady who never wore the same clothes twice.
I have one of those.
Yeah, but that's sort of expected, and she had a lot of interesting socks, but that's about as eccentric as it got. Most of them were, like, even in the English department, were pretty normal-ish people, which is kind of surprising. Like, in English, you're supposed to get all of the people who are way out there. But nope.
I had
boring people who like books. They're not boring. They're great people.
Yeah, of course. I had a linguistics professor who, I swear, I should have asked her, but I'm almost confident that she had her clothes tailored specifically for her because they always fit. She had these wonderful dresses that were they had a distinctly like not. They didn't look like they came from a store. I don't know what it was about them, but there was something about these clothes that like looked like they had been made specifically for her. They always fit perfectly. They always had a different like. Imagine like, oh, you're not gonna know who Don Cherry is.
I did have a professor who told me I have to try LSD sometime, and I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that from a Utah university, but hey.
Yeah, wow. Neat, I guess.
Yeah.
I had a philosophy prof who was all like, well, when I was in university, I liked to sit back with a glass of scotch in a game of StarCraft. And I was like, what, really? StarCraft? Wow. All right, cool.
I did have the guy who was forced to retire for like threatening the dean. He would also tell us all of his stories from the 60s, and let me just tell you, there's a lot more detail than I wanted from this really old white-haired dude, okay? Probably good that he got forced to retire probably through that.
That is good. No, Sybil Sarah, not Don Cherry outfits, but like, you know how Don Cherry always wore a different suit for Hockey Night in Canada? That's what, or maybe you don't, but like that's the kind of like clothing she had. Like it was, all the dresses were like the exact same dress with a different pattern, and they always fit her perfectly, and they always looked really good. Like I should have asked, because I was like so curious. How is it you have the exact same dress in like a billion styles? It's Tim.
Okay, look, yes, it's time. It's time. We're done.
Sorry.
Tempest, I was trying to say something, but you just kept talking. You're like Blasphemous Rory, just kept going.
Yeah, funny how you have a whole bunch of GMs who have ADHD and you can't get them to shut up.
Hey, what a guess. Welcome to Kuso6rande, and say goodbye to Chuckie Egg II. We are done. And as it turns out, I have no idea who won.
I don't know that I am aware of who won.
Oh my gosh. Do we have Ladder Suck was a good score there on Nickrel's screen. Okay.
Dylan is saying that he knows his best score, which was 29.51.
That is,
so he definitely didn't win.
Not a fantastic score. Yeah, let's go ahead and just chill and see if we get anything confirmed here.
My bets are between Nickrel and more spiders than I expected. Exciting for those of you who are doing the predictions, because
that's either on the left or either on the right.
Left or right. They both got into at least the low 7,000s, at least once. So I'm not entirely sure which one of them got higher, but I at least saw that. Can you die? But it doesn't.
It saves unless you reset.
Does it? Okay.
I believe.
But Nickrel's 6'2". Oh, I see. The 7388. I gotcha.
I know. The moving lines don't exactly help.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to enter your name too. If you don't enter your name, I don't know if it saves.
It looks like. Okay, there we go. Fred, you got a higher score than listed on that page. Let us know, and we can review the VOD. There we go. But it looks like Nickrel has the highest score that is recorded on the high score screen.
Oh, no name is Fred Blogs or John Smith. I see. Okay, so 734 versus 7388. Or 7034.
Yeah, that would mean that Nickrel appears to have taken the victory here, and I am inviting Nickrel to come and chat. From what we're seeing, Nickrel first, more spiders than I expected second, Jumi third, and Dylan fourth. Dylan was a little bit sad that the score, this game didn't really work too well for Dylan, but big deal. It's an Amiga game. The thing is, he kept going and kept trying, and you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some, unless you're like Some Girl, because Some Girl is just way too good. Yeah, seriously, good job to all of the players, and hello, Nickrel. Is that how I say your name? Are you here?
Uh-oh.
I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Bye, Nickel.
Oh,
That's okay.
All right then.
Maybe he turned into an egg.
Which side was Necrol on? Left side?
Left. Yep.
Hey,
Top left.
look at
That is
that.
where Nickel was. So those of you who predicted the left side, you managed to get those channel points today. So I think the biggest lesson that I learned today is that life is hard when you're an egg.
It is.
I don't want to be an egg. Okay, you're back. Let's see if you can hear us now. Hello.
Hello.
Yep,
Hey.
I hear ya. Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah,
Wow, all right.
I loved it. I had a lot of fun with this.
I mean, minus the ladders, everything else was pretty fun.
Yeah, have you played any Amiga games in the past?
No, I don't. I think this might be my first.
Yeah, in that case, I was going to say you normally would have had a rude awakening, but this is fairly typical for British games of the era, especially those that also came out on the ZX Spectrum and other platforms. I do think based on what we were reading, this is one of the harder versions of the game. So yeah, you didn't exactly get something that was easy peasy here. Yeah, so what are your thoughts about the game overall?
Minus the ladders, I still don't even know how they work. It was interesting. I like how this kind of choose your own adventure in a way.
Choose your own adventure.
You could, and once you get to the factory, you could be like, I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna go left, but that was about it.
Yeah, it sort of does become a choose your own adventure. A lot of those games were, I don't want to say open world, but had multiple paths that eventually you had to go through all of them, but it didn't really guide you to specific directions. It let you go and sort of do your own exploration. And I sort of like that because VVVVVV took after that quite a bit. It used a lot of the old British style level layout systems like this. So yeah, it's pretty exciting that you can go like many different places in the game. Yeah,
it seems to want to point you in one direction. I don't know if I just wasn't getting the puzzle of some of those levels or rooms, but it seems to point you in a direction.
There is definitely a direction to it. The actual goal that I told you to ignore, because as I'm sure you can tell, literally nobody would ever have reached it. The goal is to assemble a chocolate egg, like a Kinder Surprise,
really?
with a toy inside, and you have to collect 8 pieces of a toy in a certain area. Like there's all these blocks of areas that have different resources in them. You have to collect 8 toy pieces and assemble a toy, 8 jugs of milk, 8 bags of sugar, and 8 was the other one, eggs. And
8 of everything? Oh.
8 of everything, and put them each into their own hopper in their own area, and then you have to turn on a generator, and like it's a whole process. The entire game is 12 by 12 screens.
Oh.
Yeah. Honestly, just looking at the map and considering that you have 5 lives to do all of this, it is absolutely like overly difficult. Is it doable? Sure. But
You have to play pretty perfect though.
Well, exactly. And I was kind of worried too, because this is your first Kuso6rande, isn't it?
It sure is.
I was like, we have 1 new player and then 3 players who have played at least one time before. And I was like, I feel really bad for whoever the new person is. But shows what I know.
Bring those names on. That was fun.
Well, careful what you say. You'll get Jeff next.
Yeah, I'm a little bit interested because you are new. I don't know what other games you generally play, or if you do streaming very much at all. Do you?
I don't really stream. It's kind of just like a hobby. I'm just feeling like streaming kind of thing. But
okay.
No. Yeah,
how about offline? What have you been playing lately that you've loved?
I'm currently trying to finish up the DLC for Crosscode, which has been a great time.
Crosscode's good. I still haven't beaten it, but it's good.
And then I'm just working through my massive backlog, which seems to keep growing, strangely.
Yeah, welcome to existing in the year 2021. It's just, there are too many games. There's so many.
Exactly.
Well,
Yep.
That's cool. Crosscode is a blast. I'm glad that you decided to sign up and come join us. Hopefully you can manage to continue going strong. You never really know how you're going to do in Kuso6rande, and we might happen to find your Achilles heel next time.
I have some ideas, but I won't give them.
Oh, okay, good.
That's wise.
The less we know about what you're weak to, the better, because there are a few people who come back over and over and we're like, we know.
Yeah.
We know. Well, thank you so much, and Tempestral, thank you for giving us the eggiest game of the day. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you for putting this together.
far.
Wait, no.
Just wait.
No, we're not having another egg game. Oh, get out of here, Tempestral.
Good things are coming up, folks.
No.
Goodbye.
Bye, Nick Kroll. Thank you.
Bye.
Well, everybody, I'm going to listen to I Am the Wind as we go to a quick break. Big thank you, though, to Kavina and Whittleboo Bowie. Thank you, Kavina, for subbing, and Whittleboo Bowie for always giving those subs. You are overly kind. But honestly, considering that this is being more money than teaching right now, it really helps. It really helps. Let's go ahead and run an ad, and we'll be right back. Hey, I'm bad. You know I am the wind. Actually, I think I'm the clouds. Floating around here, floating around there.